Was there any moment where you thought, wow, okay, this is English football? Was there a moment with an opponent who just went...
Yeah, we had. For example, Blackburn and Bolton, we had those two that there were all these big fights.
Who did you enjoy playing against in that sense? Who made you feel welcome?
I don't know. It was just it was difficult because especially playing there at their home, it was hard because they start punching those long balls and we were playing good football at that time. Top players that we had but we knew also how to fight. We knew when we had to to dress the in Portugal we have a different when you're a mechanic.
Yes.
When sometimes you have to put the mechanic.
The overalls, yeah.
Just to go and we had to, we knew how to do it. And sometimes, we were scoring a goal and that's it, 1-0. But it was difficult for the opposition to score a goal against us because we knew how to defend and we knew how to go and fight as well because we had players for that. Ricky could, John as well, William Gallas, even me, that I wasn't like the physically kind of strong player, but if I had to go,
yeah.
No problem. Then even Claude Makalele, Lamps as well. We had players for that, to fight, no problem. Even Didier, set pieces, defensive set pieces, he was coming and just go for the...
He played as a right back once, do you remember? And as a centre back as well. Didier Drogba. He was just everywhere. With Makalele, that Makalele position, when you're so good, you have a position named after you. I remember when he came here to Malaysia, I've done some work with him, just like, he's not the biggest guy and stuff, and I was like, you changed a lot.
But strong.
But strong.
Strong, he was small.
Yeah.
But sometimes he knew how to use his body. He knew really well when to use the leg and the arms to take you off or protect the ball. He was really good on that. And sometimes you thought, it's a small one, I'll go, and he will fail. It was like you hitting a wall, unbelievable, yeah.
Who was it? I think Zidane was saying that they made a mistake selling him.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, he's not the headline grabber, he's not Zidane or Ronaldo, but he is that heartbeat of the Real Madrid side. Yeah. What a player.
Playing that role, it was top.
Yeah.
Reading the game. He probably wasn't the best in terms of passing, long passes or something like that, but he was doing the simple stuff there. Closing the spaces in front of the back four, sometimes helping me as well to not allow me to not let me in 1v1 situations. Sometimes giving the that pass line for the number 10 behind him. He was just giving, and then when the ball was coming, he was just anticipating and steal the ball and just he was unbelievable. But if you see him running, he was always running right. And then he was also a leader, and he was tough with some players, even with me or someone, or Didier, hard with Didier. Come on, you need to hold the balls, you have to control, we need kind of to breathe a little bit, to allow this to go and push a little bit up. When he had to say something, he had to say something. And even you could see how much the French players from the opposition, or other teams from the Premier League, they respect him.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you literally have a position named after you. Yeah. You know you're that special. Funny, when we're talking about Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, then you mentioned William Gallas's name. He obviously went to play for all those clubs. Interesting guy. We had him here in Malaysia, and I was like, your voice is really like William Gallas. I was like, wow, you can imagine that being scary on the pitch.
Yeah, he was another one, top player.
Yeah.
Top player, could play centre half, right back, left back, top player as well.
Speaking of top players, I have a theory that the best big game player that the Premier League has seen is Drogba. Because in the big matches, we're talking cup finals here, he invariably scored. His record at Wembley is phenomenal. Or in cup finals, I think some of them at the Millennium Stadium. So, but I cannot think of anybody else who's done it so consistently. And obviously Chelsea were competitive because they got to all these finals. And then obviously there's a Champions League success. I mean, can you name me a better big game player than Didier Drogba?
No, it's true. He was a player for those moments, and you need those. those players, because sometimes you have top players that when it came to these important games, or especially finals, they kind of hide a little bit. But with him, it was not the case. You know, like he was there, and you could see how much he wanted as well. We had players, obviously, that they wanted to score. You know, you have Frank, that he loved to score goals, and he would do anything that he could, like to arrive in a box and score, or have a chance to have a shot outside. And obviously Didier, and then we had the wingers as well at the time. You know, that they could, you know, for example, like the first season, Damien Duff, Allen Robben, they were also players, skillful players, but they want to score goals as well. But he was that kind of player that he was very, you know, complete, because he was good technically, he was fast, strong, you know, powerful, good in the air. You know, what do you want more? He could shoot left foot, right foot, and in those games, you know, I don't know, he just show up. Show up, yeah.
It's amazing to see what he's done. Yeah. I remember I interviewed him, and we had Michael Essien here, and he gets on very well with Didier Drogba. He kept calling him on TV. He kept saying, "My big-headed brother," and he meant that literally. So I'm sat there looking at Drogba. I'm like, "Wow, you have a really big dome." And I kept thinking of what Michael Essien was saying. I was just like, "No wonder why you scored headers, because your head is quite a big target."
No, it was, you know, like the timing, and you knew that. For me, you know, reaching those wide areas, you know, just put the ball in the box, because he is good in the air. When you have a striker like that, you know, like just to put the ball there, because you know that he can score. So, but you know, what a player, you know, fantastic player. Yeah.
Speaking of goals, putting you on the spot here, do you remember I know you didn't score many goals, but do you remember your first goal for Chelsea?
Yeah, I remember, yeah. It was Colchester, I think.
Yes, correct. Just testing your memory.
One of my 52 goals, I think.
52? Does this include training?
Probably, not even in training. Anyway, but yeah, I remember. And it was another funny story with Jose. Because normally, you know, regarding the team, whatever, offensive set pieces, I was always in the back. So it was normally the two fullbacks staying behind. But that game, you know, it just came to me and he said that, Paulo, you know, tonight I want you to go on the attacking, you know, like corners. I say, okay. I want you to go to the penalty spot around that area there. I don't want you to go and fight for the first ball. I just want you to make that movement like a circular movement, and you go to second post, because I believe today you're going to score a goal, and that's it.
And it happened.
And it happened. So we start losing 1-0. I think was Ricky own goal.
Yeah.
And then we had our first corner. First corner I scored. I remember like to do that kind of, I spin to the second, I think was a corner to first post. There was like someone that kind of flick.
Yeah.
And the ball just come to me and I scored. Just, you know, like obviously my first thing was to get the ball because we were losing 1-0 and I equalized and I just want to go like quickly for us to kind of go looking for the second goal. I think we won 3-1 or something like that. But obviously I would love to celebrate in a different way because it's my first goal. But for me it was just that kind of thing of where's the ball? Where's the ball? Yeah. Just let's go quickly. And I remember like Ricky just kind of
well done. Yeah.
Kind of like you saved me because he scored one goal and then I scored equalizer. But was then got to my position and start thinking, I say, how he knew I was scoring a goal, you know, like so like this guy.
A special one.
Yeah, but was a funny one, yeah.
Yeah, certainly. When you look back at the trophies you won, how special was it to get that first Premier League trophy? Not just for you, but for the club. That was their first in what, 50 years?
Yeah, 50, yeah.
That's amazing.
50 years, yeah.
And to do that, and you're a champion of England. How special amongst all the trophies you won was that first one?
Yeah, you know, obviously because it was, you know, like our first one, and because it was the way it was. We dominate that season. It was too easy for us, and I think we finished, I don't know, with how many points difference from the second.
How many goals conceded? It was nothing.
No, we still have the record, 15 goals, which is, especially in Premier League. So,
That's a joke. It's honestly a joke.
Yes, it is, 15 goals in one season, so it's unbelievable. So, but that show how good we were, and how strong as well. And obviously was especially for us, because we came, we came with the manager as well. We had that extra pressure to prove or show to the others that that's why we came with the manager, not because you were like a good looking or this or whatever, or you were the son of the manager. He wants us to come here for a reason. So because we were good and we could play here and we could help the team to win something, and so for us was even special because of that. Because we came with the manager, we have to prove or show why we came with them, and win the league the way we won was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's can't believe
it was really special.
Goals. 15 goals. It's something which I don't think will ever be beaten. I might be wrong, but
maybe one day. Who knows? But
no one's come close. So
yeah,
nobody has
15
come
goals.
close.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.